Hi, this is what you're looking at with another video today. Today I have a video on the different types of attachments. We'll go over top rail attachments, bottom rail attachments, barrel attachments, side rail attachments, and also non-rail attachments like battery compartments and battery pouches. Okay, first off, we're gonna go from the front of the gun. We're gonna go over barrel extensions or barrel attachments. Most of the time, if not all the time, these are either flash hiders or barrel extensions like a silencer or suppressor, which they're mostly called. First, I'd like to go over flash hiders. As you see here on the ICSM4, this is a flash hider that did not come with it. It's all black metal flash hider. It's different than the original orange chip flash hider that comes with it. And then, of course, you have the silencer itself. Let me put it on. Wait. Okay, there you go. The silencer itself can add up to a foot onto the gun in length. Usually I just use them to cover the tight bore barrel. As you've seen on the ICSM4, goes out about an extra 4 inches out of the barrel, so I pretty much need a silencer there, but it gives it that extra look, making it look pretty cool too. And this type is a QD, which attaches with a custom flash hider. And then you have the ICS convenient QD, which is like what I like to call it, because you can put this over any flash hider. As you see, you can keep your orange tip for carrying it around and playing it wherever, and then not wherever, but you know what I mean. And then when you want to go to a game, you want your gun to look all fly, then you can put the silencer on, covering up the orange tip. And that's pretty much it. You know, that's all available for barrel attachments, unless you get something like World War II, like the rifle grenade, which would be green gas propelled, whatever you want to call it. I've never seen it before, but it sounds like a nice attachment. Okay, well that's it for front barrel attachments. We are going to move on to top rail attachments now, which for the most part that's just going to be scopes. Okay, now the top rail attachments. In most cases, it would be on an RAS rail on a gun like the M4S system, or something you'd put on a claw mount like an AK or an MP5. First off, you got your basic red dot scope. You've probably seen review videos on this. I have multiple videos on this attachment itself. Basically, let me get it on the gun real quick. Basically, they attach to the gun by the rail, as you see there. Most guns, you could put it on a rail like this. Other guns, per se, this M4, I'd rather have it on top of the carrying handle, so the whole carrying handle can come off itself. So you might want to call this a top rail attachment, because this comes right off. As you see, pretty much it. You have your magnified and your non-magnified scopes for your top rail, and then your carrying handle you can put scopes on too. That's pretty much it. And then sometimes, like in my case, you might have a gun cam, some high-tech gun cam, but I have a homemade gun cam. It's cheaply made, super glued on a flashlight. It works still. It's only a 4 megapixel, but you've probably seen a video I've made on it. It works really good, and good for YouTube videos because the videos load quick from the camera since it only is a 4 megapixel. And as I said before in my previous video, you'll be seeing more gun cam videos hopefully coming soon when I get out to the field. So yeah, that's pretty much it for top attachments. Now we'll go ahead to bottom attachments on the bottom rail. Okay, now onto the bottom rail attachments. In most cases, this will either be a bipod or a front grip, and sometimes a flashlight, and also RAS rails. We'll go to the A&K M4S system for our first example. Here you go. Most of the time, you just have a simple foregrip. You just put that right on. Most of the time, they're used for better aiming and the stability. If you like to use a front grip on an M4, I'm kind of half and half. Sometimes I like to grab it by the mag well. Sometimes I like to grab it with a front grip or a foregrip, whatever you choose to call it. And then going on to bipods, my first example will be on a sniper rifle. Here you go. That's more of, I'll just call it a traditional bipod because it's used for an actual rifle, which you'd use it most of the time. It either folds up or folds down, and this it's only used as a bipod. I'll go ahead and put that back up. And then your second bipod, as you just saw, is a tactical bipod, which can be used for a foregrip, or a bipod, which is seen on more like carbine rifles like an M4 or an M16, because you can use it for stability, and then when you want to go to prone, you have that extra stability coming out from a bipod at the same time. And then also what you can see on a bottom rail is flashlights like this one. If you see, just like the one on the webcam, I have like 3 or 4 of these that come with some of the guns I have bought. Basically, one screw comes off, slides right on the rail, and it goes just on like that. If you're playing, preferably I would not use this because it gives away your position, of course. But if you're in CQB and you want to blind someone, if you had a high enough powered, I guess you could use a light. But yeah, just an example of an attachment you can use. The final attachment for a bottom rail, which I prefer over a foregrip for my ICS M4, is the RIS rail cover. Extra grip. It gives a nice wide grip for this M4, and since it is a little bit heavier with all the extra stuff I've put on it, it kind of it gives you better stability when holding the gun. Or you can hold it like this, but I prefer to hold it on the rail. And then, okay, yeah, that's pretty much it for the bottom rail. Now we're going to go to the side and top rail of the handguard itself. This top rail, and then these 2 side rails. Okay, on to the side rails and the top rails itself. 99% of the time, your top rail of your handguard, which is going to see pretty much only on M4s or M16s with the RES rails, is a PEQ box. For airsoft gun, they're either used to hold a battery, as on my gun, or if you buy the more expensive PEQ boxes, they actually have lasers. They have a laser and then a light that would come out this end, but I have it on backwards because it's easier to store the battery in my gun. Okay, and then on to the side rails. There's pretty much only 3 things you'd use for this. As you see, I have RES rails, perfect to cover up the metal on my rails. You know, good stability, covers up the metal so I don't cut my hands. But that really ain't a problem. I just like to have the rail guards there, or the RES rail covers, whatever you choose to call them. And then, what a lot of people that like to go tactical, I see many people use green lasers, but I have the laser flashlight combo from Airsoft Megastore. You can either use this on the on a pistol, on the bottom of a pistol, but I like the you can also use it on these the rifles too. You could use it on the A&K M4S system, like I have here, but you know, the wire itself wouldn't extend out long enough. So I'd probably use it on this M4, just push the rail up about 1 inch, attach the light on, and the button itself would be perfect. It would come right to the my mag well, which would be easy accessible. And then as you see, the light comes out right there. Okay, well that's pretty much all the attachments you can put on the gun. The only other attachment is non-rail attachment, which would be this battery storage device, battery compartment, battery pouch, whatever you choose to call it. So yeah, that's pretty much all the attachments. If you have any questions on any attachments you've seen in the video of either guns, I'll tell you right now, this gun, brand new, was $380. That's without this stock, and that's without the rail guards. That was $380 stock, and that's also without the spring upgrade. Got this gun from evite.com. Got the scope from evite.com. This silencer was from evike.com. This scope, unfortunately, was from Hobbytron. Only thing I got from there that actually works decent. But yeah, I got it from there. This gun was from kapowie.com. And as I already said, this combo flashlight and laser was from Airsoft Megastore. And well, that's pretty much it. That's all the all attachments you really have to go over on the gun itself. And one more thing that's really on attachments, you could call them that they were slings. You have your 3-point sling, which attaches to 2 parts of the gun, and then there's it's 3-point because it's a different way you would hold the gun on. And then that sounded really retarded. I don't know how to explain it. And then your 1-point sling, which I kind of made custom. I just have it on the stock of my A&K, and it just goes right over my shoulder because I don't have a sling adapter on the front of that gun. Okay, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure this video is going to be probably 10 minutes long. Hope you've enjoyed it. This has been a What You're Looking At production. Make sure you subscribe, comment, rate, request, and as usual, starting from my last video, any questions you want answered, send them as a message, not as a comment. But comments are still appreciated, but they will not be replied to. This is What You're Looking At out.